Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the summer 2017 edition of English 0999. This is the learning support component of your CoRec English 999, English 1101 classes. I just want to take a couple of minutes to say a couple things here. First of all, it is bright and early on Monday morning, and I've noticed that not every student has access to the class yet. So if you're watching this video, that's good news. That means you have access and you can get started. I need to work with the registrar to get everybody else in, it looks like. At least the people that are registered. Also, this is a work in progress at the moment on Monday morning. Hopefully by the end of the day, Monday or early Tuesday, I'll have everything else into the class that I need to. Most importantly, the Mind Tap, which we do not have access to yet, but we will. So we'll talk about that again in a little bit. Now, I want to give you an overview of how this works. This class is a supplement to your English 1101 class. This is a class where you're going to get a lot of extra work in order to help you develop as a writer and prepare you for English 1102. This class does not have an A, B, C, D, F grade scale. Your class actually has either satisfactory or unsatisfactory. So when you get your report card at the end of the summer, it'll either say S because you've made satisfactory progress in here, or U because you've made unsatisfactory progress in here, and in which case you would need to take it again. In order to move on to English 1102, you have to pass both this class and the English 1101 class. So you have to work pretty hard. You have given yourself a little bit more of a challenge by taking this over the summer, because now you have to do as much stuff in 10 weeks as what you would normally have to do in 15 weeks. So this is going to be an accelerated pace, but it's not an undoable pace. This is a pace that you can do as long as you stay on top of it. If you don't want to fall behind, if you fall behind, it gets a little more difficult to get caught up again. So stay on top of this. Stay on top of this class and your English 1101 class both, so that you can do well. Alright, so the syllabus, I've got my contact information in here, catalog description. The required text, you'll see that the only thing is you'll need to buy a Mind Tap code. There's two ways you can get that. One is you can either get the code from the bookstore, or you can access the Mind Tap link through our website. Now, that link is not up at this moment. Hopefully by the end of the day I will have gotten in touch with my Cengage representative, and she will give me the access to the class that I need. Once I have the access, then you'll have access too. The good news is, when I finish writing this schedule, there's no Mind Tap assignments for week 1. Mainly because in English 1101 you're doing a lot of grammar. So a lot of that English 1101 stuff you're doing this week is stuff that will be doable in English, it'll apply to the grammar that you're going to be learning in Mind Tap. Mind Tap, you're going to be learning about grammar, you're going to be learning about writing process, you're going to be learning about revision, things like that. It's a nice little supplement that is required, and I'm glad it is. Alright, so the syllabus has the view of how you got placed in here. Financial aid information, you want to read that little note. Now, attendance. You have to sign in at least twice a week into your English 1101 and 999 classes in order to expect to do well in this class. If you think you're going to pass this class or the English 1101 by signing in once every couple of weeks, you're going to be unpleasantly surprised when you get your grade at the end of the semester. You must sign in on a regular basis in order to do well. In fact, part of your grade in this class, which we'll go over in a minute, is the actual whether you signed in or not. Alright, makeup work, just don't fall behind and you won't have to worry about that. Here's the course grading policy. You'll notice that there are 6 drafts and or revisions. These are the 1101 drafts. So as you do a first draft in English 1101, I'll come into the grade book into this class and actually make a note of that. So your first assignment, which will start next week, will be the narrative. You'll have a week to get that first draft written. So once you get that first draft written, boom, we go into the I go into the grade book here and give you credit for it. If you don't do a first draft, then you don't get credit for it. Completion of the study plan on Mind Tap. The Mind Tap grade won't apply to this grade. What will apply to this grade is whether you did the exercises or not. So if you're staying on the mind tap, even if you're struggling with it, you still get credit. If you don't do the mind tap, then you can't get any credit either way. So that's 25% of your grade. Plagiarism quiz, that'll be about the time we start the research paper. That'll be 10%. And then, of course, the daily grade and conferences, that's the attendance. That's worth 15%. All right? And then there's your grade scale. Satisfactory means you're ready to move on. Unsatisfactory means you need to take this class again. You'll know that in 10 weeks. All right. So the student outcomes and the assessment are written out for you. The minimum procedural requirements, they're spelled out for you right here. This is what you're going to have to do in order to pass the class. The 3 conference minimum, you'll note that on 4, 6, and 9. I will actually have a one-on-one with you and let you know how you're progressing in this class. I will tell you how that's going to work when the time comes. Don't worry about that now. The rest of this stuff, don't plagiarize, and extra credit. If you send me an email at the end of the semester saying, Mr. Smith, I know I've not been attending class. I know I've not done any assignments. What can I do for extra credit to pass the class? I'm going to laugh at you and say, sorry, you should have been attending class all along. There will be no desperation extra credit at the end of the semester. All right? So that's most of what you need to know. Take the time to go through this class website. I should have everything uploaded by the end of the day today, if not, early tomorrow, so that we can move forward. Again, this is a supplement to your English 1101. Most of what you need is going to be in the English 1101 website, and that web page is already up and running. Everything you need to do well in that class is already there. So bear with me as I spend the rest of the day on this one. So with that in mind, I look forward to helping you to become a better writer. I look forward to giving you the guidance you need to prepare you to move forward in your English classes and in your college classes as well.